Okay, people, let's get dangerous. Jamet Holograms is still trying very hard to win this war against the rest of the world. It's now late fall in the year 4 of the Ascension Wars. Yeah, we got some more footfall, a dire portent. Salman sent to Deodaron, king of the healing arts. The banner of victory declared the inhabitants of Hakusafale his chosen people. Ah, yes. Yes. It's a global spell that makes people live better, which also means that all the army units will be better and Arco will now get more money and stuff from all the people growth and so on. I don't really have the math in my head. It's one of those things where I'm extremely silly bad at. Then there was a battle in Anika where Ktis attacked Kailasa using their god, I suppose. That's of course something I never mentioned before, but the stats in the battles report screen are only the basic stuff. But this here is probably not correct. Let's get in here. Yeah, lizard people conspiracy, the dragon, and a little bit more magic, and of course all the weird text like swimming and invigoration and wait a minute. Okay, yeah, he is probably killing the... Yeah, okay, those are toads. The Walking Dead now, and not the kind of Walking Dead that can still move. Wait a minute. And of course in Andoria, we marched forward, lost some more units, some of our extremely expensive units. One unit lost their mounts. Oh no, not the horse! Our Vine Ogre finally bought it, and in turn we killed the heavy archers. Man, they must have hit a lot of illusions, considering that's not adding up to 39 on our side. And one ogre. I'm guessing the game felt generous, since there was this Avid commander on the battlefield from the Independence. Yep. Ah, Twilight and Howard. They're trying very hard. But, yeah, that might not be the best way to handle this, my friends. But at least they killed a lot of illusions, and ironically the game determined those 44 archers were dangerous enough to cause us to use our gems. This game sometimes. So we got... A local lord has employed slave labor and resource production has been greatly improved. Oh great, Dominion 6. Plus 30 in Strong Bay, which is far away from any fort, so it's not exactly like we would need this. Then in Foral Woods we got gold and fire gems, one gem, and a never-ending keg of meat, and a worldwide event. A deathmatch. Oh. Upcomings. People arena match. Spellcasting is not allowed. Yeah, that's kind of funny. I don't think we have someone we could send. So, because I'm at the end of my work week and was low on time, I did some orders in passing, like sending my assassins over here and concentrating in Ras, since Hinnom has retreated, probably for the best. But Hinnom is also on the march down south here. Why not? Of course, my army here is still functional, even though we could probably use some more gems. We can still shoot out Twilight and the like. But I've also sent them back to Volga while I'm sending the assassins forward. I was trying to get into the swamp region here because that's probably where these guys show up next. But some of them are too slow and will instead land in Andoria. Kind of embarrassing, really. Well, normally I would attack into Ras, but instead I've picked Khan, since if he loses and loses the Kupel units with him, that's not too bad. And if there's an immediately counterattack by Hinnom, trying to lure us in, then we only lose this guy and his band of merry friends, and of course all the assassins sitting in Rasden can immobilize this stupid army if that's working out. I will of course reroute my army back into Ras, since it will be an easy victory if all the commanders are dead. To be fair, the province defense will of course, as we've seen, rectify that somewhat. But of course it's also then extremely dangerous, since the only leader will be the one of the independents, and if that one leader gets killed by it, the battle is instantly over. On the other side, I have ordered my next super mage and this band of strangers to march forward. They're not even properly scripted yet. Yes, hold fire. You're changing back to slow mode. Let's see. It's probably for the best if I'm getting them in front here. Now, somewhat protected by the Leogryphs, we will immediately take off and attack anyway. Then we have these guys. They're supposed to attack the closest enemy. I'm putting them on hold fire. I'm putting them here. Thanks to the Leogryphs sowing chaos, I don't really need them for now to be too aggressive. Then I'm taking a backup of double line formation here to have a massive... Oh wait, probably this year there's a greater chance that they're filling up a hole that power shows up if the Fearbox slingers get killed. Those are researchers, but of course they can have a shortcut casting spells. Yes, that's it. So those two are not scripted much off. And we have Irena, who can get my Twilight scripting. There's of course already more units recruited here. And they are my strategic reserve in case something happens, like, well, maybe attacking finally. There's these guys here, there's nothing going on. Right now we are not forging any new shit. Instead, next turn, I'll probably give my mage army here something. And she can use the cornucopia to endlessly cast Hole. So it would be nice if I give my other super mage the spool, which then gives her a free gem for immediately casting Twilight each battle. And of course Macedonia will just keep on trying to use this super sleeping spell. Yeah, and that's it. Strategic movement done. Kailaza down here is still fighting. Arco is now under ascension and still somewhat my ally. Same with Kailasa. And of course, Hinnom is still persistent. Since I've reduced the great stack of mages by full on 27, I have great hopes that the next army now marching eastward will be the last one we'll need. But of course, winning battles but losing most of our units is not going to work, since we have to get this stupid great castle, this giant castle, down. And while integrity 1500 will take a while, even if they are not moving now. So my main army will go back to Volgard to see if we can lure the enemy in. My tiny force will make a surprise strike at Ras and see if it works out. Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired. Things will get interesting. If the second army is here, I'm a bit operationally freer, because then I can have my mages a bit more usefully sorted out. Since right now these guys have to use their blesses, and these guys are additional mages I sent in, just so Eranach isn't the only one casting spells here. And of course I done it this way because I really didn't want to lose more research speed than necessary. We're back to down to 404, which is kind of funny if you think about it. Yeah, I was strange. Less of I've already forgotten again what I oh. I've completely forgotten what I wanted to look at. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm really too tired, I think. Yeah, that's what we know. That's what we have. We have this keg of never-ending meat. Gives a small supply bonus and fast supplies. I still don't know if this is a really good or a really bad idea. You know what? Those military men can carry one of those kegs. They don't really need it, but since I got it as a gift, I can just keep it, I guess. So, in 2 turns we can actually use our global, but we, of course, the war has drained our coffers somewhat. We probably have to sit a while on Hinnom to regain all those gems we need. Yeah, well, nothing to do here. Global spells. Now I have to try to remember which one was the shortcut for globals. Ah yes. Gift of Nature's Bounty. Income plus 15% per dominion. Growth scale plus 1 per dominion. So it's really, really good. It costs a lot of nature gems. Yeah, origin. Yeah, it's one of those globals you have to kill the casting mage for. In Dominion 6 we got origin, but it's not for all globals, as you can see. So if someone takes, for example, Lilidor, the Nimmervar Orc is burnt down in the fighting and automatically gone. And I guess the Earthblood Deepwell is filled with silt or something, because the rule is if you take the province where the origin is, then it's not like you are the owner. Nope, it's just an automatically dispel. Arco now has 1, 2, 3. Gift of Nature's Bounty, Gift of Health, which makes everyone healthier, as you can see, plus 10% HP per Dominion, healing affliction chance, aging reduced, and so on. It's not bad. Of course, it's really annoying for us, since now we either have to use our non-existent Astron Mages to dispel one of them, or we have to squeeze ourselves in. Annoying as fuck, if you ask me. I'm always too late for the globals. Everyone is so eager to put them up. And we are glamour mages, so we don't get access to the global spells that are exclusively there to fuck over other players and their globals. Well, I guess this is done now. Libluini out. Hello people, it's me, Libluini. We're back to Gem and Holograms Season 2. It's now early winter in the year 4 of the Ascension Wars. So yeah, we're piling on the turns in this game, and soon we're past the point where some cheeky motherfucker won the first season and ended everything. We are still in this weird coalition war with Kailasa against Rus and nominally against Hinnom, and us against Hinnom and nominally against Rus, I guess, if Rus ever managed to get this far north. But Rus is also fighting Arco, which is nominally allied with us, and we have a nab with Ur. Ur wanted to attack us, but since we are still in this weird nab situation, Ur then instead attacked Kailasa too, and I have no idea what's going on with this, since Kailasa at one point destroyed an army of over 700 units. That's enough recap, now let's get on. Ras. Our fast strike into the province of Ras actually retook it, because there was nothing there. In Gol Amrod we got more gems, thanks to a local wizard turning peasants into frogs, maybe? Well, good for us, I guess. The government wins again. A worldwide event, the arena battle, where I couldn't participate. First, Rus attacked Ktis and won. Well, that's kind of cute. The AI put a Sauromancer into a battle that's, I think, without magic. Yeah, they got a champion medal because they won one time, and they got a slave collar to make it impossible for them to use magic. Yeah, that's interesting oversight, my friend AI. Of course, they then fight and fight and fight and fight, and despite the Sauromancer actually hitting a couple times against a troll who can regenerate, that didn't work out so well. I think the slave collar is supposed to be removed after the arena deathmatch. It's just there to prevent people from illegally using magic. So round 1, the Troll Shaman won. Round 2, Monster in the Maze against Evanyal. Monster in the Maze is a monstrous half-man, born from an unholy meeting of a sacred bull and a priestess, cursed by a vengeful Pan. Unholy meeting? That's a bit drastically. I'm guessing it was supposed to be mating. We have this thing here that apparently has really shitty attack and defense stats, but tons of hit points, and it has trample, so it can trample smaller things to death. The other side is a hard to hit Vanyal who is nearly dead. And deceased, so I guess at least Vanheim didn't lose much, because now the Minotaur kills him, simply by trampling him. Yeah, that was one-sided. Final battle, monster against Troll Shaman, and of course the giant monster wins. Since it's still bigger than a Troll Shaman, by a little bit. Yeah, all the monster could just land one of its 2 mega hits and kill the poor shaman. That is also true. So that's over. Now the Monster in the Maze is the official winner. Hell! The God of Arco, good for you. Gets the Champion's Headband, some gold, and some fire gems. So that's nice. If you think in time of actually doing it. Spool. Dream Spool. So let's bring our reserve army further to the east. Normal army has retreated. And yeah, that doesn't make time. That's kind of dumb. Next turn this army will be in Andaria. And Jetta, it's on you now. Try to assassinate the single enemy commander, please. Because if this works, we probably don't have to do anything in Andaria. And Ras, well, my friend Korn, you have done your work, you can go back and guard Feral Woods. The others are now patiently awaiting a strike from Hinnom. And meanwhile, we are getting our Song of Birds and Well of White Water gems back. That is Glamour and Water, which means we are back to 9. Ah yes, because another dream thing is the Gorge of Echoes, which we have to retake now. But meanwhile, we have now 17. I would get myself another Dream Spool, I suppose. They're useful. They even give our mage ladies a nice guardian. I'm of course giving this to our Twilight caster because that makes the most sense. This army already has one, and future mage lady is still being in recruitment. Is Dream Spool level 1 or level 2? Sweet, level 1. So I can make another one and I can then immediately give to the new mages if she shows up. Gem could also use something like this, but we need her for something else. Kimber Penton, you could of course use a Dream Spool, but for the moment you are only here because I need someone to summon shit if I have the time. The Gossamer Reel. Ah yes, that is expensive. And if I want to get away with only using one mage, my future army, level 5 could be useful. But ah fuck, I keep forgetting we are this close to finishing Thaumaturgy 7. Well, it's kind of the opposite. Shit, lot of fuck. We need more glamour gems, so I have to put a moratorium on forging and summoning for now. And just keep on trucking with what we already have. The Dream Spool for Army 1, that must be enough. Army 2 already has one. And maybe I'll add another one into the future. Ah yes, I'm forging 2 Dream Spools now. One for Army 1, Army 2 has one, and one for Army 3 in the future. My assassins are ready. One is already striking to see if it works out. Did we upgrade the scripting? Yes. Let's see how this works out. Then next turn, Army 1 starts moving southward, and Army 2 will, I guess since Army 2 is fairly big on its own, I could move around. Huh. Well, there are 2 different armies, so I can keep them apart for a while. But first I have to see if we can do some more striking here. Okay, that's enough. More money I will only put down if we can hold this for good. Oh yeah, that looks threatening again. Kailaza is sending trolls into the water? Well, maybe they'll attack the Ur provinces in the water now. In case there is some fighting underwater, I should probably add some of those turtle warriors for the future. That's a fairly big army now. There is now not much fighting going on. Or has disappeared from here. Arco is still fighting. And despite what Arco said on Discord, I see Ruth is fairly close to Arco's capital. So there is lots of fighting going on. Probably should try to take a look what's going on there. Yeah, probably try not to immediately walk into a zone where there is probably lots of scouting going on. Quite well organized. I see, someone is a friend of wasting money. But well, if I'm sending my main army in, and this just means that Silvermark gets a swift kick to the nuts and all the money is lost. That's why if I have to put down province defense most heavily on fortresses, this discourages light raids, and if a main army comes, then I have other problems than worry about a little bit of money. Yeah, okay, that's all I can do for now. And now I have to save my stupid gems instead of summoning everything I want at once. It's kind of catch-22. I need my glamour gems to summon stuff and forge stuff, but I also need it for our global now. It's an interesting future. I hope Hinnom has some more sites with glamour gems. Would at least make the entire war useful for us. And that's it, really. We can only see what the next turn will bring. Libluini out. Hello people, Libluini here. And this is the third recording today I'm making here just for Gem and Holograms Season 2. By now you should know what is going on here, as we are now approaching the 4th year. The end of the 4th year in this War of Ascension. Will Gem and her holograms win the great boon of becoming the prime goddess of the universe? Let's start and find out. From top to bottom, we finally managed to get level 7 in Thaumaturgy. Now we just have to collect the gems to have a chance of actually casting our super global. Then Wes Anderson's Lord of the Rings, the remote and inaccessible god, has claimed a throne. And another guy has claimed the throne, so we have to be slowly being aware of other people maybe winning. Agatha is now AI, I think, and the call decided they need a new prophet. Hinnom also got a new prophet, but the name lets me think there is still a player. Hunt for blood saves. Blood slaves, 15 points. The Kohan. I'm not sure you will get a lot of blood slaves, my friend, not after I killed so many mages. Then Yetta successfully destroyed this Mount King, who had, some normal leadership. Explains why he was carrying around all those other guys. Let's take a look at this. Oh, this time it's not in a tavern. Huh. Yep, and now the Battle of Stupid begins, where all those illusions getting to know this guy here. Oh, he had experience points in leadership. Explains a lot, but sorry, my friend Mount King. You might be a bit outnumbered and already dead. It's only the horse left. Okay, I guess assassination successful. And now they're taking 10 times as long to just stab the dumb horse. At least since they're illusions, they can't just lose or run away. The irony here is they don't need to do anything because the actual Mount King is already dead, and it's not like you can recruit a new one since it was a summon in the first place. Oops, okay. I guess the last one hit was good enough. And now this has resulted in another problem, because now this mage was running around alone since the army was stopped dead in its tracks. Poor guy, he's just walking around. Hey, where are our soldiers? Well, sorry, but no, wait. Yeah, you might want to summon something like... Oh, animate tree, you actually do. But he was already dead. Province defense 1, lone mage 0. No, that was a bit funny. Then in Mag we have Kailasa attacking Rus and winning, so our ally is still in the fight. And in small c we suddenly got Province Income plus 50. Well, okay, thank you. Mag is over here. It seems like Rus is slowly losing the war, I'm guessing. Well, good for everyone. Less good for Ctees, because after Kailasa's brought the great Rus down, I'm guessing it's end of the line for our friends from the Lizard Kingdom. Up here, of course, we have now kind of a silly situation. Here's not much. Then we have this batch of idiots. And we have our massive amount of assassins waiting here for him to come over. Well, our secondary army needs more mages, so I'm running them over into Feral Woods, so Con can join them as another caster. Because this army, obviously, is now on his way to the south. And since I'm kind of over here and overflowing in mages, I can send this guy over too. So, my friends, what is the situation on the great old Gem front? Yeah, Illusory Army and Sandman's Blessing, not much needed here. Yeah, that's all a bit funny. We still have some blocks of infantry here. Then we have Howl, an Illusionary Army, and Twilight. Seems to work out okay. They of course need some more gems. Oh, we have to draw down from our stash, I suppose. Now the army is ready to rumble. We have so many castles, we don't really need more. We have some random shit we can put in front, and then we have some ridiculously amounts of soldiers. Could be better, but this is of course not my main attack. I just want to clean house in the south. And these mages can now, I suppose, go in front of us. Ah, Yetta. Funny thing is, thanks to her spool, she can probably do another assassination. So let's keep her moving in front. Yeah, let us stay there. This army is now moving onwards. We get 2 more mages for our army here. And our assassins here patiently await the arrival of those archers here. So we can dumpster them before attacking and finally bringing Hinnom down for good. This is now cleanup. My army group 1 will now clean up those poor bastards sitting here in this realm. I'm guessing he will probably get another leader up here simply by recruiting him up front. But then he is kind of out of options. I mean, I guess he could attack through Snowford, trying to evade us. But you know what is funny in this case? I can just do this. So now he's truly out of options. If he tries Snowford, I can just kneecap him again. If he is marching back to Silvermark, I can kneecap him again. And then it's too late and I will catch up with him. So this army isn't getting away. Our new army, the second army group, will then get some more mages for casting, and then twilight its way to the east. This army will probably be cleaned up if it's stupid enough to march back into Ras. My assassins are waiting. And then, yeah, then it's over. After I clear up the army targeting Ras, probably, I'll just put my second army group on Hinnom itself, and then there is just not enough left to throw it off again. And my other army at this point will, let's do a little time limit. 1, assassination and being thrown off. Turn 3, 4, and in this case 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, at that point I'm already mostly around the lake, and Hinnom will just be over. After that, let's see. Kailasa is getting stronger and stronger, but I guess, yeah, I'm kind of cut off from Kitis even. Kind of annoying if you ask me. But no idea what Arko is doing, probably still fighting Ur. Ur is also fighting Kailasa. But this is kind of interesting. Could be a situation where Kailasa is going AI sooner or later. Then it's free for all. I'll probably punch down 2 axes to get south. Grainporn. Ah, good to know. And some more forests. While Ur is probably getting Kailasa itself, while we then try to get to the eastern seaboard and gain Ktis, which will be a nightmare being in a swamp and all. Well, it's still future music. Right now we have to hope that Hinnom will continue throwing his armies into our death traps. Then there is the question of magic recruitment. Wait, I wanted to see here. Oh, we are not recruiting any mages. We still need more. Okay, let's see. Super Mage 375. Oh yes, of course, but what a name. Oh, I have 2 spools. Ah yes, alright, this army doesn't have a spool here. Darius should be then my Twilight caster, right? Yes, of course, then this means she gets the Dream Spool 1. So this means at the very least we can keep doing our stupid Ephemeral Blast Twilight combo. This lady already has her Dream Spool, and Bod, if I translate this, pronounce this correctly, gets another Dream Spool because she will be the leader of the next army over here. And due to a funny issue with running out of money, the Feral Woods will be the ones who will recruit another mage. We need someone who can cast Ephemeral Blast when powered up. Then we'll put some more very basic infantry on top of this ship. Some fresh units. This will give us 2 more mages, plus these guys here. Do we have someone who can just be the priest? Nope. Well, that's interesting, of course. We have the warriors, irrelevant, but we have this huge block of sacreds. And we can barely bless them all, even if we do nothing except having them mage it up. So effectively this army only has 2 other casters, plus number 3 and 4 here. Well, we can't take her, right? We need the Dreamstone. Do we have someone else who can take the Dreamstone so we can add her to the army? Well, actually, yeah, we can. We have 2 possible casters to make another Dreamstone. And here... 2, huh, okay. Then let's do it this way. This Dreamstone goes back into the lab, so we have now another mage to add. And this nice lady gets another Dreamstone over here, so we can keep on researching. There's of course also the question of what to do with all those assassins after I've brought Hinnom down. Effectively, I can just, if I don't need an absolute insane amount of assassins anymore, just fold some of them into the army. It would probably be for the best if 2 of my mages have to bless like motherfuckers. But that's it for this turn. We are moving into the final anti-Hinnom phase. Kailasa is still surviving against Ruse and Ur. With Ruse will soon being brought down, maybe Kailasa has a chance against Ur. While at the other side of the map, Hinnom is helping me out by retaking Lupia, because this means since Arco is now somewhere else, there is nothing preventing me from retaking Lupia in turn. There's massive movement of Mannheim. That's concerning. I guess the war will get even more chaotic if they invade Arco now. But maybe they're on their way to get some Rus provinces. Yeah, this war is a bit convoluted, if you think about it. Our nap between Ur and our elves, then the war between Ur and Kailasa, the war between Kailasa and me and Hinnom, and then the T is doing whatever the fuck the AI wants, then Rus mixing it up until Arco brings itself in as the anti-Rus force. It's a huge clusterfuck. So let's see if we can extend the belief in German holograms to the eastern side and finally end the threat of bloodthirsty, evil, demonic giants for good. So that's it. Not much to do left. Yes. We are now evocation level 6 next. And 7, 8. What was the reason? Oh yeah, I wanted to unlock Aurora Borealis. Of course, we still have no fucking mage who can use the spell. Probably have to... Wait. Aurora Borealis, my friend. You need level 5 glamour. Okay, that's doable. We get level 4 mages just by recruiting. And it's 1 Veil and they're at 5. And then let's see how many... Oh yeah, 1 Astral Gem. That's not a lot, I have to say. Well, it's doable. I can't just melt down upper gems. Probably fire is useful for anti-fire gear. Water can be melted down. Earth is maybe useful. Death not so much, but maybe tradable. Nature is something we need in also great numbers. Air is off limits because I have a nice trade with Arco going, where every other turn I can send him a batch of air gems and he can send me a batch of glamour gems back. That will be a nice boost. I think in 1 turn or so he should be back to 30 glamour gems or something, and then I can send him more air gems. But really, that's now everything I can squeeze out of this turn. Deployini out.